organizational meeting, I just want to remind you a little bit before we get started, how it's handled. So we will have the roll call, after which our President Pro Tem, Mr. Ritzenthaler, will have you adopt the agenda and nominate members for Board President and Board Vice President.
Just Board President. Whoever the president takes over.
Right.
Yeah.
Any member of the board may nominate someone for office. In fact, you may nominate to vote for yourself. Nominations for officers do not require second. More than one person is nominated for position of president or vice president and shall call the roll of the board and ask members to vote for the person of your choice. Ohio law requires a majority vote of all members of the board. 3 votes on a 5-member board. Please keep going. Start the roll call.
All meeting to order. This is the organizational meeting of the Mount City School District. Board of Education. This is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021, 7 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Mr. Linder?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Here.
Mrs. Schneider? Here. Wait. Here.
This time we will go with the adoption of the agenda. With, we need to pull item Z, right? Back on separately. Okay. Adoption of the agenda as printed with pulling item Z to act on separately. Roll call, please. Or should I ask for motion? I'm sorry. Motion to adopt the agenda. Thank you, Mr. Linder. Do I have a second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Moore. Okay, and then that correction there, item Z. Roll call, please.
Mr. Linder?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes.
Mrs. Schneider? Yes. Mrs. White? Yes.
Okay, nomination of election board president. Are there any with nomination from anyone, please? Nominate Bill, President. Any other nominations? Okay. Roll call?
Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Linder?
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes.
Mrs. Schneider? Yes. Mrs. White? Yes.
Thank you. All right, nomination for vice president. I'll nominate Mr. Moore. Any other nominations for vice president? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes.
Mr. Linder?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Schneider? Yes. Mrs. White? Yes.
Vice president. All right, item E, annual tax budget hearing and adoption.
Okay. So I printed out the tax budget and I left it up there for you. It was attached to your organizational meeting. Also, this is an annual process. The first step in the budgetary process for the next fiscal year, so that would be fiscal 22. We start by preparing an estimate of our revenue and expenditures, so the county budget commission can certify our tax revenues and prepare our official certificate of resources for the start of the year. This certificate gets amended throughout the year as we have new funds or updated amounts. To give an example, this month on the regular meeting, there's an additional amount that we're going to approve for the 499 fund for a mental health grant that we just received. So after the board approves it at the regular meeting, I send it to the county auditor, and then we receive an amended certificate of available resources. So when you look at this, the first 2 pages are just basically directions that come with it that tells you a little bit about the process. And then the schedule 1 is the first one. It says division of taxes levied. This is a list of the different taxes that we have in place right now, the tax levy, and the maximum rate that is to be authorized. When the county budget commission receives this, they decide how much of that millage needs to be in place to raise the revenue of the year. So when this comes back to us, it'll come back with the millage rate. One of the things over the years, you'll notice both the permanent improvement and the bond retirement have both been reduced in millage, because we haven't needed as much to raise the amount that it was originally asked for. So that's the first schedule. Schedule 1, which just lists our different levies. Next page is schedule 2. That's the report of the estimated tax revenue. In our case, we have 3 different ones that receive tax revenue, 3 different funds. We have the general fund, the permanent improvement fund, and the bond retirement fund. What this asks for in the first column is last year's fiscal 20's actual numbers. So it looks at beginning fund balance, the items that the revenues that came in, property taxes, income taxes, and then it looks like any of the expenditures that went out and then our ending fund balance. So when you look at the general fund, if we go back and look at the 5-year forecast, you'll notice that this is exactly like our 5-year forecast, because that's our general fund numbers. So fiscal 20 was what was on the forecast, and then it's the same as what we did in November when we updated the forecast as far as the revenue. So the second one, for unknown reasons, these are out of order, but that's the way it comes from the county budget commission. So the next one is our permanent improvement fund, 003. And the same thing, it looks at our actual numbers for 20, and then what our estimates are for 21, and then going forward. So permanent improvement fund doesn't change a whole lot in the revenues it brings in. So that's why it's pretty much the same for each year. And then the final one is the bond retirement fund. And this is all based upon what our debt service schedule is. So the expenditures are what we're required to pay out both in the debt service for the interest and the principal. And then the property taxes is set by our county auditor. He makes sure that we bring enough money in, that we have enough to pay the debt service schedule and any county auditor fees that go along with it. So that's where all of these numbers come from. So the final page, which is your schedule C, 3, is the report of the estimated tax revenues. So these are all of the funds that don't receive any type of property tax to them. We put this on here so that the county budget commission could prepare our official certificate of estimated resources for this year. So this is my estimates of what we will have starting July 1st of 2021. So that's fiscal 2022. An estimate of what our unencumbered fund balance is for a variety of different funds, what we estimate coming in and going out for the year, and then our unencumbered balance. And this is what changes. Well, actually, it all changes, but this is what changes a lot. Like with the 499 fund, because obviously last January we didn't know that we were getting this mental health grant, so that's why it's amended throughout the year. Multiple times we have new amendments to it. And then each time we get a new certificate of available resources that come with it. And that's the next budget.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the tax budget as printed. Thank you, Mrs. Wood. What's that? Mrs. Dellinger, discussion? So is that a question?
Sure.
For this high school building,
Yes.
it says 2025, does that mean at the end of 2025 level pay off, or is have we been, get a little break on the interest rate?
Well, it's collected at a different time frame, so that was when it ends, but if you collect ahead, so 2024 should be the last actual collection period.
So end of December 2024, we could have this building for free. Okay.
Right, and that
Anybody else?
was part of that, when they did the refunding on the debt service, they were able to shave off quite a bit of interest in a whole year off of it. That was definitely a win for the taxpayer.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, any other discussion on that? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Wick?
Yes.
Mrs. Salinger? Yes. Mr. Linder?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes. Okay, F, there. Ratify the proposed schedule for regular board meetings of the North City School District Board of Education for the calendar year 2021. We have the time set at 7:30 p.m. on the second Tuesday of the month, unless otherwise noted, and it will be held here at Norwalk High School. Do we have those dates, George, or was it just in here on the board? On the board tab?
It's February 9th, March 9th, April 13th, May 11th, June 22nd, which is the third Tuesday, July 20th, which is the third Tuesday, August 10th, September 14th, October 12th, November 16th, which is the third Tuesday, and December 14th.
Section G, North Ohio News as a newspaper of general circulation, which is full legal notice to be published. Section H, establish the board service fund for the fiscal year 2021 at $1,500. Section I, board member compensation, $125 per meeting per board resolution, January 2020 for new members, $80 for current members due to the state law elective appoint a board member to serve as a trustee for the endowment fund for Norwood City Schools, represent the Norwood City School District Board of Education. Is there anyone who would like to take that? Like, okay, all right, thank you. Knowledge. Okay. Okay, appoint legislative liaison member of the Norwood City School District Board of Education to the Ohio State School Boards Association. Anyone interested in that job? I'll take Lisa there. Okay, with you, Lisa? Fine, okay, thank you very much. All right, thanks, Steve. Al, appoint a student achievement liaison, member of the Norwood City School District Board of Education to the Ohio State School Boards Association. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Moore. And designate the treasurer and or superintendent as a designee for public records training. Joyce, you can go to that. Okay. All right, and appointments of the following standing committees for 2021, the audit, finance, and buildings and grounds. Past years, I think every one of us took part in that. Section O, authorize the treasurer to pay all bills within the limits of appropriations as bills are received and when the goods and or services have been received as ordered, and provide a list of invoices paid to the Board of Education at its next regular meeting. Section P, authorize the treasurer to modify appropriations as deemed necessary, provided all such modifications are reported to the Board of Education at its next regular meeting. Q, authorize the appointment of legal counsel as needed by Wagner, Charles Sumter and Associates, Squire Sanders, LLP, and Bricker and Eckler. Section R, authorize the treasurer to purchase position bonds for the treasurer and superintendent. S, authorize treasurer to purchase liability insurance for board members, superintendent, and treasurer. T, authorize the treasurer to borrow money from commercial sources. U, authorize the treasurer to credit interest earned on the following funds in 2021. Those respective funds with all other interest earned to be credited to the general fund of auxiliary service. And as it's listed under the auxiliary service fund there. Section B, authorize the treasurer to request tax advance from the county auditor for Ohio Revised Code 321.34. Section W, authorize the superintendent to hire between board meetings, as it is stated there under W. Section X, authorize the superintendent to accept resignations as stated under Section X. And Y, Ohio School Board membership, OSBA Legal Aid Fund, and Ohio Education Policy Institute membership for the year 2021. A motion to accept those items F through, let's see what was Y, F through Y. Thank you, Mr. Lind. Do we have a second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Moore. Any discussion on this? Thank you to all those people that are taking those jobs. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Linder?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes.
Mrs. Challenger? Yes. Mrs. White? Yes.
Okay, section Z, where we appoint the following building cashiers for calendar year 2021 as listed. High school level, middle school, Main Street, League Elementary, Pleasant Elementary, Naples Elementary, and the athletics section. Do I have a motion to appoint those people? Thank you, Mrs. White. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mrs. Challenger. Any discussion on this? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. White? Yes. Mrs. Challenger? Mr. Linder?
Abstain.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes. A motion for adjournment of the organizational meeting. Thank you, Mrs. Song. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Quick. Any other discussion before we call? All right. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Challenger? Yes. Mrs. White? Yes. Mr. Linder?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ritzenthaler?
Yes. Hey, meeting adjourned.
You have to go back one more. It's, I'm just logged into that one there.
Okay, they got the same thing, you know, got the same thing. Yeah, Michelle. Oh, wait. What we do with the past meetings?
Oh, there it is. Did you find it, Maddie?
Yeah, I guess. Better hurry and get this one done, huh?
All right, well, this is the record retention commission meeting. This is kind of exciting. Basically, it's just the board president, the superintendent, treasurer. This is, by revised code 149.41, a requirement for us to, at least once a year, have a record commission meeting. So here we are, doing this again. And I really don't have a whole lot to report this year. With the pandemic, we did not do a lot as far as our record disposal. I didn't even have a record disposal to share with you because we weren't really able to get together and go through the records room to dispose. Each year we are able to get rid of at least 1 year's worth of outdated records. We are, fortunately, though, with what we've seen, able to not create as many records, so this will help going forward. We won't have quite as much to dispose of. But I did want to at least mention again the AOS bulletin, which we talked about last year, and I just wanted to mention this again this year. This is a bulletin that the auditor state came out with. It has to do with the sunshine laws and the new star rating, and sunshine laws have a lot to do with public records and how records are handled. This was part of our audit this year, and we're going to receive a stars rating on it. And I haven't heard back from the auditor yet, but we did have quite a few questions we answered when they were emailing us back and forth since they're working virtually. So we're hoping that we at least receive all the stars available in public records. We are really good with our public records and open records and being so.
So we need a roll call for the president.
Yeah, we just really need, this is